All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back today. We're playing more Legendinthemist. We're continuing our Hearts of Ravensdale campaign, and I think there's a decent chance we could be finishing up. I think as we are in the final adventure for the existing campaign that's in the current book. So it's possible we could finish up tonight, but we'll see. We won't rush it, but like we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we haven't played in what, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I feel like I haven't seen Joe in like 2 years.
A billion years, yeah.
Does feel a little that way.
I remember I was just saying I was editing those one Ypsilanti videos, and that was the one where we made fun of Joe at the beginning for not being there. And we were and I'm like, poor guy. Just so much stuff.
Yeah, it's only cancer.
Oh, that's good to know. Oh, goodness gracious. But anyhow, yeah, let's get going. Let's remind you what you guys have been doing. You guys started your campaign having a chance encounter at Crossroads, but that eventually led to the discovery of some strange miasma that seemed to be bubbling up into the southern dales and the marshes to the south. Something that was causing maybe the undead to rise. You did your best to curb that problem, but other issues started to crop up, and you were sent over to Millside in the Dale of Woodend, and you ended up going out into the Aldenweald because of like these weird dreams that people were having, and you saw more nefarious things starting to crop up. And you learn from this entity known as the Green Maiden, that the protective magics put in place by the Lady of the Dales, like the patron saint sort of all Dales folk, has started to wane for reasons, and you all were special. You were some kind of seeds, and it was time for you all to sprout, because you needed to sprout because war is coming from some creature or entity known as the Winter King, and you all have to get to the bottom of the old ways, figure out where the origins were, figure out how to mature your powers, and so that you can be ready to defend the Dales when war eventually comes. And so you took like a little riddle the Green Maiden gave you, and you headed up to the Heartland, which is like in the northernmost parts of the Dales, and you discovered that at some point in the past, hundreds of years ago, there was some kind of like not a monastery, but some kind of school perhaps that was up there, and people might have gone there and learned certain bits and pieces about the old ways, and this got you thinking that this might be the origins. And so you started searching around for it, asking some questions. Some of you went up into the mountains, some of you stayed in town and talked to people, but it all led you on a bit of a journey to where these two different lakes in the Heartland meet. The Fox and the Hare meet, and you're currently on this little ridge separating the two lakes, where you were climbing, and you were kind of going on a kind of a cold a kind of a cold journey, and eventually you came upon this like overgrown game trail. You got to the top of this wooded rise, and as you looked around, you noticed that some of what you thought might have been trees are not in fact trees, but instead look to be some kind of old buried ruin. As you can see, there may be parts of columns or parts of a wood or a wall that have been like sticking up here and there, and that is where we ended off. So let's just pick up right there. I think let's get a little music going. So just to remind you, you can see like as you're like standing around, we'll say it's like evening time, so the sun maybe is not quite fully set, but it's closing in. You see these stone arches around you that were kind of blending in with some of the trees. And again, each of them is a little bit taller than a person, and you can look and face different directions, north, south, east, west. You can see the two different lakes, like Lake Hare one way, the Lake Fox the other way. And and you know that this is like there's something about this place that kind of washes over this sense of confidence. Like this is what you're looking for. You don't know how you know that, but you know it. So here we are. Sun is going down. You found these partially buried ruins, at least pieces of them. What are you all doing in this moment?
I wonder if I might climb up one of the stone arches and just take a look around, see what I can see.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's why don't you do like a little roll here, just a quick outcome. And anything, for anything that might either be climbing up onto it or even just like perception, one of those two things would be fine.
So I was thinking climbing supplies, which I have. Strong as rocks and test of strength because I think it's kind of a pull-up to get myself up there.
Yeah.
But I'm also hopeless to. So, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I think hopeless would probably go and work against you. So we'll make sure that goes thumbs down on you. Okay. Give it a rip.
Can I also throw in holes and grapples?
I mean, you're not really grappling anyone.
No,
I think strong as Nox and test of strength. I think that's fair, but like holds and grapples is going a little too far.
Yeah. Sorry, give me just half a second to see if there's anything.
And your climbing supplies is a status, and that thing's got a +4 to it. So
yeah. So I think I'm good to roll. Is it quick or detailed?
Just quick. Just quick is fine. We see Mila immediately start trying to climb up on top of these things. But as she does, with a 6, we see that some of the structure seems to sort of tip here and there. Maybe some stone starts to slip. And I'm going to say that you go stumbling down. And
I love that because she's a big girl, so definitely maybe it just crumbles. It just doesn't support her.
Yeah, so give yourself, as consequences say, give yourself a dizzy, dizzy 1.
Okay.
As you just bang your head and you just feel a little bit out of sorts.
Okay. Sorry, that's
the rest of you do.
You're supposed to land on your feet.
Sorry, my dog is not happy.
So I would say Dimity, she kind of wants to try to take this in, look for different details of like identification or something like that. So I'm an artisan, so hopefully I might be able to tell some information, kind of like how this is made, materials, whatnot. And then I also have attention to detail.
Sure, yeah, give that a roll. Maybe there's something you can deduce about like the architecture of this a little bit.
All right.
You don't really see anything like mosaics or anything on it, but maybe there's something about just the way it's structured that you might be able to intuit something.
And I'd also like to grab Stasha as sort of an extra set of eyes. So my apprentice.
Okay. Yeah.
Quick.
You say she's desperately eating before you put her to work. Quick is fine. Yes.
All right. And oh, wow. I also got a 6. Yikes. Bad rolls here. 1 and a 2.
There is it actually is probably worse than that too, because I forgot to click a status that would have been working against you here.
Oh dear.
So you look at it, and there's really not much you can really deduce about what's actually going on. In fact, you feel as you're looking at this thing, and you're trying to take it into account, like what were these arches for? What does this mean? You find yourself like really getting confused, and it does seem like it's not just Mila falling down and kind of banging her head. and getting dizzy, but you find yourself suddenly having like this sense of maybe vertigo, and you have to like steady yourself against Sasha as just like looking at this and trying to concentrate and trying to think and deduce what's going on seems to be working against you. So yeah, I'm going to say you can go ahead and take Dizzy 1 as well. So both of you seem to be...
Yay.
Yeah.
Cool. Ooh, it's a great as negative box
Gwylt
now.
and Spoonbill,
Nice.
you definitely see at least Mila like trying to like obviously like she's feeling a bit like vertigo or like something's not right mentally.
And I think Dimity thought that was just because you fell. And so kind of thought that you were, just kind of like knocked your head a bit. But then when, Dimity and Sasha are trying to look at this, then she kind of says, I now feel the same that you do, Mila.
Yeah,
There's just something about
Just
this
feel
place. It's
woozy. Do you feel woozy?
I'm gonna step, and Jimmy wants to sort of like step back and out of sort of the immediate kind of radius of this and just see if that feeling kind of passes at all.
Not immediately, no. What about Gwylt or Spoonbill? Are either of you trying to do something at this point?
I mean, I'm worried if they're saying they're feeling dizzy after messing with it, like, his first instinct isn't to think that there's corruption here, but just in case. You kind of get up, sniff at it,
Yes.
lick the rock just a little bit to kind of get a taste of it. Just kind of cruise around and just try and get a feel for things.
I would say that you don't... Like, I don't think roll necessary here,
Yeah,
'cause
fair
I do
enough.
think this is just like what you're good at, so... I don't think... Yeah, you wouldn't sense any corruption.
I don't think
But
this thing's doing it to you. It's not cursed, at least.
But you do think there might be some other kind of enchantment at work here, but it doesn't have the taste of corruption that you're so familiar with when you work with people who are cursed.
Okay, well, this might be one of those things where, like, Spoonbill will know what to do better than I do, so show them how important you are, Spoonbill.
Use my sight.
Yes, yeah, you're the one that has the fancy sight.
Tried the taste and the smell, and it didn't really do anything, so now we gotta try the sight.
Yeah, I gotta use
Sure.
all our senses together.
Yeah, you can
You
give it a roll,
guys
and
use
I'll
touch.
say you can take a +1 from Gwylt being able to tell, like, convinced there's nothing of corruptive nature here. So you're not so much looking
Okay.
for negative; it's just trying to better understand what kind of enchantments at work here.
Sure. I will use the sight. Discern magic. Are there any like inscription? Like, is there anything like that looks man-made on it at all?
Well, the whole thing looks man-made. These are
Or
just
like-
a series of arches, but you don't see any inscriptions or carvings
Like
or
etched, sorry,
mosaics. or-
meant, yeah. Like language. Okay. Maybe well-traveled if I've seen things like this before, architecture like this before. That's
Sure.
Those are probably the best ones for this. And then this is a detailed roll with a +1 from Gwylt?
No. Quick as
Or a
fine.
quick roll. Okay. +1. Thanks for the help. Oh, I didn't mean to hit request help. I meant to say roll.
No, you're good. It's fine.
Yeah, I just gotta pop up, help a fellow hero.
Yeah, they just updated it. They just updated the system, so there's like some new bells and whistles and stuff.
Wasn't
One thing I
expecting
noticed-
another button.
The scene tag stuff isn't popping up constantly, so like
Hey.
that's a delight. So that was a chef's kiss fix. Thank you for doing that. Okay, one thing you notice. Okay, so Spoonbill, I'm gonna say as your consequence, you're gonna get dizzy too, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna be status. Like, you're also gonna feel like this sort of strange sense, but it's not gonna rise to the level of of being a status for you. It's just more of a narrative for now. But I'll say when you're able to kind of
conclude. Also?
Dizzy also, yeah. I know, I realized that when I said it. I'm like, no.
Okay, just making sure.
It occurs to you that you mentioned architecture, and while there's nothing really in the in the Dales that quite like that is horribly elaborate in terms, everything's very quaint and rustic. You've probably seen some sketches and books as you've traveled around or conversed with different people, but you get the feeling that you are on the top of a larger structure. Like, there's nothing magical in the sense of like you step through one of these and it magically teleports. That's probably not even something that would even really occur to you. But just structurally speaking, like, these look like special arches that might appear decoratively on the top of a larger structure. And you do recall hearing, as you were talking amongst the town, various towns and stuff, about Earth moving, sliding around, burying things. If you had to guess, you think that this is just the top, and the rest of what you're looking for, this school, this temple, might be below the earth. So digging or looking for some other kind of cave entrance or something like that might be the best way forward.
Okay. Yeah, definitely relay that to everyone. I think we're on top of it.
Okay. Well, I don't have a shovel, but I'm willing to climb around a bit. See if something's apparent.
Yes, let's investigate. Let's try to climb down a little and see if there's something still left. So maybe we can dig in versus down.
Okay. So as you all start looking about a bit, you leave the close confines of these arches and just look for what else is in the immediate area. It's only a few minutes before you notice that there is, in fact, like some streams that seem to be coming out from this ridge that you are on that seems to feed into the lakes. And as you follow some of those streams, you actually start to see other structure. And it looks like some kind of old, like the remains of this old aqueduct that seems to be on the side of one of the ridges. And it's slightly obscured by all these like grasping plants and the rocky mountain slopes. And you can see like these roots that are wiggling in between the stones themselves. There's debris that is strewn like all over the hillside that at first, like to a casual observer, just looks like rock. But then as you look more closely, you realize, no, this is like hewn stone. This has been worked, but it's kind of been split over time by erosion. You continue to look around, and there's like this waterfall that seems to be cascading down from the aqueduct itself that somehow seems to split into either of these lakes as well. And you can see that behind that waterfall, in classic like Legend of Zelda fashion, there appears to be a cave behind it.
I was just putting in chat, best place in a movie is behind the waterfall.
The Bat Cave is inside of this.
Or a place where all of your sounds are muffled in a movie where you don't want to be heard. We investigate behind the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you guys carefully maneuver up the broken slope where you see the rocks and things, and you see the remnants of this aqueduct, and you slide in as like shuffling across the wet ledge until you get behind the waterfall. You hear the sounds of the water coming down, and the cave is very muddy, and immediately you notice that the walls themselves, despite this like thick muck that seems to be dripping down them, there are patches where stonework seems to still show, and it hasn't been caked over by years and decades worth of of grime. And you can see that like there's still water kind of trickling through, feeding a little bit into the waterfall. You hear something moving deeper into the cave, but can't quite make out exactly what it is. You do, however, feel like this, just sort of walking between these sets of walls, there's this overwhelming like sense of peace that kind of seems to be settling in. Like you all just feel almost relaxed. Some of your anxiety begins to fade. And then it kind of starts to come back as you hear. And you see these shadows deeper into the cave, which goes, again, it continues onward into the ridge itself. If you were to follow this, you think you would find eventually some parts of whatever those arches connected to. What would you like to do?
Should we go in there? This feels better here than up there.
Yeah, I think we need to go. I'm not sure how heel-toe are you guys feeling? Feel sneaky, or do we just walk on in? I don't like hearing things eating in the distance.
Yeah, I'd like to be as not pronounced as possible.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to see the further we get in. Then we turn on a light. Basically, it's going to suck. Like, it feels good right now. Things are about to be terrible. Let's just embrace it. Just live.
We have
with the
answers to
suck.
find, so we will.
Okay.
Forward we go, quietly.
Yeah. All right.
Who's out front? Who do we think is out front?
I'll take point.
Okay. So you progress forward. The muddiness is like trudging and covering your boots and your shins. And that sound of something eating gets louder. And as you peer around this chunk of rock, you can see there is like a little nook in the pathway inward. And in that nook, you see a very, very large, pale, albino, kind of like white-looking reptilian creature that is shifting and moving around, and you realize it's like some kind of lizard. And it's quite big. It's like maybe a little larger than maybe a horse. And you can see that currently it seems to be devouring some large fish that it seems to have gotten out of one of the lakes. And it's... but it would be very difficult for you to sneak past it, but not impossible. But it's a question of what you would like to do. But I'll say you notice it without it noticing you so far.
Okay, so she stops and kind of takes a couple steps back, lowers her voice, and says in a whisper, there's a really big lizard. The last time I saw a big animal, I think we all remember what happened.
Last big animal I saw was a hedgehog, and it was very nice.
Okay, well, that wasn't the last big animal I saw. But we can try and sneak past it, but I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna make it, but we can try.
We must have some food on us that we can throw it
Poison?
off a ways and no, just distract it.
I do have my dried fruit as part of my equipment.
I will say that since it's eating, you're not sure how effective trying to distract it with food. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible, but it's not going to have as big of an effect as you probably think it would normally.
It clearly
if wasn't
likes
already
food.
but it is eating fish. So, just saying. Throw some fruit at it. Who wants fruit?
What's wrong with fruit?
I like fruit, but still. But yeah, you guys have some decisions to make, and I would say you could certainly try to sneak past it. That's totally fine. It's just a question of who wants to take the lead.
Throw something somewhere and just make a noise to try to just get it to run.
I like that. Make
in a
it be
different
somewhere
direction.
else.
Yeah, just take its fish and go somewhere. So just startle it, get it to
Okay. I like
take
that.
off. I don't have anything that would help with that, so that would be one of you that has something that can throw or something. I don't really have anything that can help with that.
I do have a stashed flask, so that can create like a noise somewhere. Like that's something I imagine as loud when it's thrown, and I can burn that tag.
So let me reset the scene for everybody. So you just came in this cave underneath the waterfall. It goes straight inward, which is underneath the ridge that had those arches above, right? And as you're going in, you can see there was a nook in the side of the hall where this like salamander looking creature it's very, very large, is curled up and chewing on this large fish it seems to have gotten from the lakes. So there's really only kind of two ways it would go. Further in, the way that you want to go, or back out, which is where you guys are. So just think about that as you formulate a decision.
If we don't have a good spot to like hide while it runs past, it's okay.
You could still try to hide. Like that's totally fine. There's a lot of mud and there's like sludge and some fallen brick. You certainly could, but like you would still need. I would still want a roll or two to like maybe hit a stealth limit or something like that.
Do we have like extra cloth or blankets or something we could put around our feet and be all sneaky like? And you've got a bunch of like sewing stuff, right?
And I have climbing supplies, so probably.
And we have some medical supplies, so maybe part of the medical supplies could be some kind of bandages. Yep. So between my fancy thread and medical supplies,
you probably have that.
What Mila's got. So we're we're trying to make something to help us be sneaky.
I'm afraid to startle it because we don't want it to go further in where we have to go. And we don't want it to feel cornered where it has to attack us.
You're right. Your knowledge of creatures is much better than mine.
You know, that medicine was supposed to be like to help dull pain, and she gave us a good bit of it. Like, what if we got it to eat that? You know, not
then
saying...
if we have to fight it, it can't feel pain.
Oh, God.
I
Also,
think
how do we get it to eat something?
I think that's the problem, is that it's already found what it wants to eat.
Yeah.
So clearly we're thinking too much. We just charge it.
So we just... I think we sneak
what
by.
I think. I think we just...
We have the larger path, and it's in a small conclave. So, like, we have the larger way in that we can just try to sneak.
Yeah, you would be moving past it, but there is the potential that you could sneak past it. Again, it would just be rolls of the dice.
So that's Mila's suggestion is we try and sneak past. If it doesn't work and we end up needing to fight, we'll fight.
Okay.
So who would like to take this spotlight and
so can I put together Can I use my artful stitching, medical supplies, and fancy thread to make these things to hopefully give us a status that will help us with our rolls?
Like a setup sort of thing?
You're trying to because you're worried about maybe once you get to the non-muddy parts of the hall that your boots might make noise. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, go ahead and roll for that. Do a detailed, I should say. And we'll go from there.
All right, so medical supplies, artful stitching, And
I've got
fancy
nimble
thread.
fingers to lend to help
Ooh,
the stitching.
Okay.
like that. So I'm going to request help. And then you want to throw your nimble fingers in?
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool.
Yay.
That is
Nice.
big. Oh, you can
Fancy.
choose the tag
Oh,
that you
nice.
add. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's cool.
Let me double check this scene. Let me unclick perplexing. That's not
Okay.
working against you anymore. Yeah,
And
I don't
then
think
medical
really-
supplies 4. I'm not trying to get 4 from it. I'm just trying to like decrease 1. So
Well, just remember, statuses. You always put the best status in the worst status. So if you have like, but there's not a status working against you. So just put it in there.
dizzy? Am I still dizzy?
I would say dizzy should work against you. Yeah, for now.
Okay. All right. There
Oh,
we
fantastic.
go. It's a 15.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
You've got.
6
I'll
power.
say you. Yeah, that's a lot of power to spend. Okay, so you can. So you're trying to create little bootsies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you want to create like 3? Maybe you have. So with 6 power, you can create like 3 tags to give to each person, and there's one person who will have to go without.
Well, and there's technically 5 of us because of Sasha.
Sure.
So who?
It's all right. Just eat me. It's fine.
So who has things that can help them with stealth? Like who by their own build can kind of do stealth stuff pretty well.
I cannot.
Okay.
Wow.
Maybe it was Spoonbill.
Really?
Might, maybe.
It's in my
Okay.
character that you would think, but I don't technically
Right?
have any tags. I got bad
Yeah.
knees. They'll hear me.
I love that. Like you squat down and your knees
Snap.
crack.
Don't crouch. That's funny. Okay, then I will make them for myself
Sasha doesn't-
and Gwylt and
Sasha-
Mila.
Yeah, but Sasha
Yeah.
doesn't need to like roll, so you only need.
I call dibs on not getting boots.
Okay, so I have 3 to give out. So Mila and Dimity, and Gwylt I already handed them.
I give them to Spoonbill.
You guys
Okay.
could have just gotten Sasha or what's your ghost's name again? Completely forgot.
Biscuit.
Biscuits. Got one of them to distract this salamander, and the salamander just chases them for the rest of the session.
No.
You see Sasha running.
That's the bird trap.
But she's apparently undernourished, so she wouldn't be able to sustain that for very long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gwylt will just say thank you to Dibby and then give his boots to Spoonbill. You needed more than me, old fart.
Oh man.
I'm the one that I lended the tag nimble fingers too, so I like to think I just made my own. Like I didn't even.
Fair. Very fair. Very fair.
So, Spoonbill, you want to try to lead the way past this thing?
Sure. Let's see. Tenacious.
Okay.
Say that. Hidden trails and routes. There's not really any hidden things though. It's kind of straightforward.
Trusty walking stick, maybe?
Yeah,
Oh.
say that.
And so then this is booties 2 for a status.
We can make it a status, but I think it makes more sense to make it a tag. You just make booties. You have a tag.
Oh, okay.
Because it's you created an item as opposed to
Mhm.
like inventory of a thing. So that would be like another +1 effectively. Spoonbill. Or 1
Okay.
power. So it looks like you
I
got
will-
+3, I think. Unless you wanted
Yeah.
to burn something.
I think I'll go with this +3.
Got a folding chair.
I didn't mean to do that. It's in the place. I keep hitting the.
It's a fantastic roll. Okay, so you've got 3 power. Do you want to put
Nice.
your 3 power just towards? So what I'm doing again, just doing like a limit for evade. Do you want to put it towards your 3 power towards that?
I guess I wouldn't know if it has stuff working against. I always like to buy down it being dangerous, but I guess just all of it towards the threshold.
All right. So, you manage, I'll say you and maybe Sasha or maybe the goat, like some groups of the party are sneaking past and you're moving very quietly. And you can see that the salamander's kind of curved and turned and moving about a little bit. And every now and then, like its head will turn and it'll look down the hall. And then that's when you like quickly flatten against the wall behind like this protruding bit of stone. And then as it goes back to its chewing, you step out and you again start to very carefully slide. And then another time it looks back at you and maybe you use your walking stick just to do a little tap tap to kind of get it to look a different way. And then you continue moving. And so you guys see as Spoonbill makes it to the other side without alerting this creature. And it kind of gives you guys a general path that you can take. Who wants to go next?
I will make the attempt. Actually, maybe I'll... You know what? No, I'll make the attempt. I'll use the booties. I am hopeless.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll take my... And does my dizzy come to play?
No, because there would only be one negative status working against you.
Okay.
Take the worst. And hopeless is worse than dizzy.
I also have Endear to Heartland. I wonder if that might help in navigating.
I think that was more of a you endeared yourself to the people. Like you were very friendly to them.
Oh,
I
right.
here.
I remember now.
Yeah, because we were
Thank you.
drinking and talking.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at the rest of my shit. I don't think I have anything
You don't
else.
have much at all.
No, I don't.
You
Maybe
could
sharing the burden?
Yeah. Do you have sharing? Where's share the burden?
Under Mark by the Unseen. It's a team thing.
Oh yeah. For sure. Oh yeah, it's your fellowship. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I think that makes sense for sure.
We're a very brash party, I think.
And then why don't you use your bundle of dried fruit?
Well, how what do you have in mind for that?
Just scratch it. Just say you kind of throw it in there, and it's just another thing to keep its appetite satiated.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about your yours right now. You don't have you have -3, and then you got +2. So right now you're rolling with a -1.
Yeah. Quick or detail.
I would argue. I would let you do sense what makes others happy. Like. What like with the fruit or something like that.
Incredibly generous.
I would also might recommend that you actually scratch that to get a +3 from it as opposed to just 1 because you're in a tough state. You don't have to. I'm just recommending.
You know what? No, I'm already scratching my dried fruit.
Okay.
That's cool. I don't want to.
Just so you're aware. You are currently rolling even.
Yeah.
That's why I was suggesting you scratch so that you can roll a positive.
You know what? Yeah, sure. What the fuck am I going to do with this anyway?
So that's a +2.
Yeah. Or detailed.
Detailed.
Okay.
All right. Okay. That's a pass.
Ooh.
Okay.
I can't look. I'm doing the action.
Okay. It's a 9, so it would be a 9 because it looks like the calculation did do right. But you should add 9, and you have 2 power to spend, which I assume you just want to put towards evading.
I
think it should actually be 10 because nothing was scratched.
Oh, okay. Oh, so if that's the case, then yeah, it should be 10.
Oh. It shows a squash on my thing. Weird.
Yeah, because the only positives were sharing the burden and the booties, so there should have been
Oh, weird.
a +5, -2.
Weird.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So yeah, so that would pass. So if you want to go ahead and put this towards evade,
I would love to. Yeah.
That means she actually would have 3 power to spend. And if
Nice.
she did that, I'll say that actually would kick you up to evade 4, which actually hits the limit. So as you're moving
Nice.
past, very quietly following what Spoonbill did, and maybe like you can see Spoonbill at the end of the hall, maybe giving you signals on when to go and when to not go. Like at a certain point, it almost looks like this salamander creature is like getting sort of tired of its fish. You just pull out that fruit and you just toss it deeper into like the alcove, and it scurries towards it, and you're able to slide, which gives Dimity and Gwylt and Sasha just enough time to like scurry past, and you all have bypassed this salamander creature without drawing its ire, and meaning 2 of you didn't even have to roll.
Jeff,
So
you were the
I did just want
best.
to call this out
Thank
because I threw
you.
it in chat. So Sasha can carry a lot. So the image is that Sasha put on the stealth booties and Dimity like was getting like piggyback ride. Like,
So heroic.
And then behind them, Gwylt is carrying a biscuit so that his hooves don't clack.
She is fully emaciated.
Oh my god. It's crazy.
Given
okay, so
that the booties were an item, are they, should we remove them now?
no, you still have them, like until you like right now you're still in the adventure phase. So it's the type of thing you probably wouldn't get rid of until we camp.
Got it. Got it.
So you continue pushing deeper in, and more you start to see stonemasonry become the more and more dominant. Like there's definitely still signs of trees from above, the roots digging deep and weaving between some of what you see. But the more that you travel in, I'll say Gwylt, since you studied Gwerdlin before, this definitely looks like some of what you studied. Like this is the type of architecture, this is the type of layout that really can only be found in like the Old Kingdom ruins and things like that. You can see like all sorts of shapes of stones and mortar, like forming floor and walls, as like that rough cave is again starting to deplete a little bit more and more. And the deeper you go, you realize like you're in a fairly large ruin. Like that aqueduct and the arches above sort of belie the sheer size of this. And you can even see like there's like little pools that of like water and loam and other greenery, like this weird little pocket of growth inside of here. And there's even spots where if it were daytime, you might even be able to see streaks of sun coming in here and there. And you realize, like, as you get to like the heart of this place, that you are still fairly high up, and you start to see these paths, these rocky paths and these holes and these shafts that's descending even further. Half stairs that have crumbled away and been replaced by certain growths, like cave growths and things like that. And it looks like you guys can continue to descend. Now, as you do so, like one of these stairs, these like half stairs as you're descending a bit, it's a fairly tight stairwell, and you're able to move down probably about a whole story, you would say, until you can see like all this collapsed debris. And it's, as you try to climb over top of it, stuff begins to collapse a bit. I'm going to throw this at Gwylt. Gwylt, you're the most climbing oriented, and you realize that if everyone is not careful, as they're trying to climb over this debris that's standing in the way of this stair, like it could very easily trigger like this rock fall, and you all could go tumbling down. So how does Gwylt and maybe Biscuit figure out a way to get the party forward?
Okay, give me a second to kind of, let me see if I can find a good path to move forward. So, I am a hillcraster. I've got myself some good reflexes. And I do have Biscuit, who thankfully is sure-footed.
Could I possibly help with climbing supplies?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Awesome. I may just type that in later. But yeah, basically, like between he and Biscuit, they kind of like try not to put too much weight in any one spot, but you can see the two of them kind of working in tandem, like slowly, surely testing the limits of where they can and can't climb, and then trying to find the best possible path. And then, if you're willing to toss some supplies, maybe he can,
yes.
like, would we even have pitons? I don't know. Maybe potentially like wedge in a rope here and there to show a good spot for folks.
Okay. Yeah, give it a roll. And a quick is fine.
Quick is fine? Okay. Quick. Yeah. And then for the climbing supplies. Yeah, I'm assuming my frostbitten is hurting me. My fingers are a little numb. Right?
1 second. It's in a different place now. Journeys are over here. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be things working against you.
Climbing supplies 4. I don't know if that comes in. Like, I don't know if you got 1 or 4.
I would say you're helping him, so I would say take the 1.
Do the 1.
Your supplies. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Loose and unreliable cluster. Okay, so there, I got it working.
Okay. Then I'll give myself a +1 from the climbing supplies. And we'll give it a go. Oh, I almost clicked quest help. Need to scroll down.
Okay, fantastic.
Hell yes.
That's an 11. See, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're very able, between some of the supplies and just your natural instincts, to kind of climb over top of it and maybe create like a guiding line for others, so that as they follow behind you, if their foot slips, they have something to pull against. And maybe like you leave Biscuit behind to be the anchor, and then like you go up to the front, and then one by one you all continue to descend until you find yourselves with the rope, the last bit of the rope dangling over the edge as the stair comes to an end, and you're able to just climb down. It's like sliding into what looks like this very kind of very like filthy pool. You can see like there's this stagnant water that this particular level or this room itself hasn't been kind of washed away. You don't see the kind of colorful greenery you've seen in Patchworks. Like you're in this room that doesn't seem to get any light of any kind and no rushing water. And the pool itself is, as you start to move deeper and looking for like a route out of here, you feel the stagnant pool beginning to rise. Like one step, your leg goes deeper and then deeper and then deeper until you find yourselves like up to your knees in this dark, like blackish, brackish water. It doesn't look like anything's necessarily moving around in it per se, but there is like a terrible odor that seems to be coming in your direction. Spoonbill, you are a man who knows your way around, man who has traveled. You probably have walked through such sludge, and you maybe have had to maybe go through a cave or two in your life as you are of the sodden, hiding from the red marshals. So maybe you take the spotlight on this. How do you help the fellowship push forward?
Yeah, I'm sure he's used to like stepping in a way where he's not full committing his weight and he'll like tumble or something like that, and just kind of doing his best to poke around. He's got his walking stick, so he can kind of put that behind him or in front of him to poke stuff around, and he'll tell people like how to follow his footsteps. Just being very guiding physically through there.
I like it. Yeah, go ahead and give us a roll for that. And quick outcome's totally fine. Let me unclick a few things so that you don't get unnecessarily punished for that. All right.
Sure.
The debris is not an issue anymore.
And I would say well-traveled, walking stick, and then maybe friends along the way, like I know how to communicate with them and best things to say to who and who to kind of look for that might need more help than others.
To your team, like hand signals or something like that? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I will begrudgingly assist because I have traveling alongside companions, and I hate to make Spoonbill look good, but I will cooperate because I've actually paid attention to his hand signs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is this detailed?
No, quick is fine.
Or just quick? Okay. All right. And then you were throwing a help in, Gwylt?
Yeah, if that sounds okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sure. All right. Rolling. Let's see. Oh, man, I rolled bad, but with the help. Did I have any negative mods, though?
No, not from... not from this encounter, no.
Not horrible, It's an 8.
Okay. Hey, nice.
So that's still a pass. I'll say that you... Yeah, like, as you're moving through... Like, because you're leading the way and trailblazing, like, you find yourself stepping too far, and then the water rushes up. So, give yourself filthy 2, as you are
nice.
You're just kind of covered in this grossness, but you're able to spare your party because you take a step. Oh, don't take that step. Go around this, right? And eventually, you're able to find what looks like an actual framed tunnel of stone, and as you step up onto it, you feel finally some hardened ground, and you begin pushing down that tunnel, the sludge dripping off, but you still feel the wetness in your shoes and in your pants. And this tunnel opens up eventually into this expansive but crumbling hall. And it's the most ornate thing that you've seen thus far as you've been navigating this very large temple. You can see that there are all sorts of like statues and inscriptions here and there. Some of them look like they could be historical figures if any of you had deep history of Gwylt, but it's hard to say. Some of them have been faded over time. You can see there's inscriptions that have been written underneath them. There's some that are curving over tops of what looks like different tunnels that are crisscrossing out of here. And it is like, as you're standing here, like, you can see like the grandeur of the old kingdom, right? Like, this is, even though it's in a somewhat dilapidated state, like, you can imagine just how amazing this place must have been. I'm going to throw it to Dimity. So Dimity, what do you think you do as you're kind of fighting the urge to just linger and look around, but you know something about this place is not what you're looking for. You're looking for evidence of the origin of the old ways. This looks more like not a ballroom per se, but like a transitory kind of hall.
Yeah, I would say that she's still definitely impressed by that. And so she's just sort of like gossip girling with Maitre, as the relationship tag is, of like...
Maitre's not in this game. Her name is Mila.
Mila. Dimity and Mila are just sort of... Can you even imagine when the last person from... anywhere that we've been from any of the nearby villages, do you think they know that this is here? Like, when do you even think it's been since someone else was in this great hall?
So incredible. She is fully with you. I do gossip girling.
This is such an impressive place to be. And she's kind of telling Sasha, make sure you make mental note of all of the details that are in here. This can't be what we're looking for. We're looking for something older, but this is very impressive. And I want to make sure when we tell the stories of having been here, we've got all of the details right.
There will be a test.
Yeah. Will there be a
test, ma'am. I really just wanted to learn how to do stitching from you. I'm not as keen on history.
Well,
Or
details, I
spelunking.
suppose, aren't that they're important to a point. But the thing about telling a story is that
Something
you
apprenticeship.
make it as
What? Like
it
general
is-
schooling.
it's about telling a story. And then she sort of turns back to Mila because Sasha wasn't engaging. The thing about telling a story is that you have the foundation of what is here. And no one else will have seen this place. So, if we say the ceilings were 20 feet tall and they were 15 feet tall, no one will know because no one else has been here. And so she's kind of like the
This
art
will
of
look
gossip.
beautiful on whatever tapestry you want to put on it.
Oh, yes, Sasha,
Do you
make a
wanna
note
do
about
that?
tapestry.
Do you want to see if you can stitch some stuff out really quickly?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds like a
artful
great idea.
Stitching,
Nifty.
artisan, attention to detail, and fancy thread.
Okay, and Sasha can help you.
Yes.
Even though it's like,
Nice.
I don't think that's
Well,
quite as
you were
tall
just
as...
you were just saying that you were here to
if
be
you're
a
doing
apprentice for
history,
craft work,
shouldn't
so
you be
now we're doing
accurate?
craft work.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, don't be
And
naive.
now
Not
I
history is
almost
written
want to
by
throw
liars all the
Monger in
time.
here.
By lies.
And then she looks at you.
Well, then Miss Dimity will fit right in.
What?
Yeah.
Melissa missed that. What was just said?
Well, then it didn't happen. Don't worry about it.
And I am still dizzy. Yes.
Sassy stuff.
Yeah, we'll say your dizziness still hasn't faded. You guys haven't camped yet, so we'll say you're still feeling a little woozy.
Heck yeah, that's a
Crushed it.
14.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're
Wow.
able. Yeah, you are able to, with surprising speed, you are able to stitch things together. And maybe what you do is you almost make it like a series of quick stitchings of some of the faces and some of the inscriptions underneath. From what you probably can glean, this looks to be like maybe some of the earliest people to sort of work at this place or attend this place, or maybe old thaumaturgists, people who learned thaumaturgy early on, people who were in the kind of not in the employ of, but in the tutorship of the lady when she first tried to give the old ways to people. And so you can kind of get those down a bit, and you're able to, with quickness, as you can see that maybe there is like an urging to go further. But because of how quickly you are able to stitch and how quickly your assistant Sasha is able to feed the threads, you have this wonderful little starter tapestry that you can probably elaborate on at a later time. But
Hell
you
yeah.
soon feel the pull to go further.
I
and
feel
deeper.
like the ladies are kind of engaged in this, and the guys are like, "Can we go now? Can we want to go that way? Are you done yet?"
Oh no,
Wow, that's cool.
I can't wait to hear the beautiful lie you're going to spin together.
Story, stitching
Uh-huh.
together a story.
Right.
You
Eventually.
don't.
Lie.
See, if you told stories and people laughed and enjoyed it, then maybe you would do it more.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, nobody
She's gonna
wants to hear my story.
Sasha will walk next to Gwylt as you guys push forward.
She calls gossiping and talking all sorts of terrible things about our neighbors. Storytelling. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, we've all got our dark side. It's okay. She does a lot of good. And
Well,
you
it's
do
not
too.
the dark side I'm worried about. I want to know where the light side is.
Oh, look at you. Listen to you. You got a mean little ornery side to you. I just realized we might actually be able to be friends.
I'm very hungry.
Oh, they're a little bit dry and stale, but I've got some of biscuits. I eat them.
Thank you.
Like a Tamagotchi you forget to feed.
Tamagotchi. Oh my gosh.
The only time she feeds is when we're actually in session. So literally there's weeks between
Yeah.
her meals.
Wow.
So you guys eventually push forward, and you find you're moving through like this series of tunnels and switchbacks. You think you find a stair, but it ends, and you have to backtrack a bit, and then you take a different passageway, and that eventually kind of tapers out, and there's just rock that seems to have come. And finally, you find this kind of swirling stair that goes down for a bit, and then as you're moving forward, Mila, you hear this like rumble in the distance that seems to get louder and louder until finally you start to track this crack that seems to be appearing in the ceiling above you as you think there's like an imminent haven that's about to crash down on the party. Mila, what do you do?
She immediately puts her hands out and hurriedly moves people back. And announces that there's a cave in.
Okay. So as the rocks are kind of coming down a bit, you can see everything's falling now. Like first it's little pieces, and then it's big chunks. So as you are trying to hurry people back, you can see Sasha and Biscuits and some of the others are kind of under threat of potentially having these huge chunks, these big boulders falling down on them. Do you just let Biscuits and Sasha get flattened, or do you
I'm not
come to their
looking
aid?
behind me. I'm just kind of I've got my arms out and so I am not going to their aid specifically.
Okay, so basically what I'm asking you to do, Maitri, I'm just asking you how are you trying to help people? How are you trying to help the party escape what looks to be a cave-in? And that usually is going to come, like I did with the other three people, with a roll of some kind to overcome this particular challenge.
I would think it's just a strength kind of pushing people out of the way. I don't think it's more.
Yeah, let's put together a pool. I figured it would be. That's why I gave you this one.
Sweet. Strong as an
Sasha.
ox.
Just shot putting.
Preps her up.
Just takes Biscuit ooh.
Just holds up Biscuit like a football holds him.
Of strength. Tavern brawler.
You're gonna punch some of the as it's coming down. What was that?
Happened in another game once where somebody punched.
That has happened.
I haven't seen that.
I'll let it go. Yeah, I'll let it go for this.
It's tradition.
And how would you feel about justifiable paranoia?
In what way?
In terms of keeping an eye out for things going wrong here.
Sure, you can tap into it. Just remember that when we tap into the fellowship tags, we scratch them. They're +1 and we.
I'm only scratching it for myself, right? Not everybody.
No, it's a shared pool, so if you're using it, no one else is using it. Until
then I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not going to. My hopeless.
Yeah, I think that's still gonna come into play.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay, give it a rip.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great roll.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fuck.
So
Nice
yeah,
roll.
you're.
I would
Yeah,
have
has the-
We've had some lucky rolls
so
tonight.
bad if something
Goodness.
happened to Biscuit.
You guys rolled really well. Let's just get to the final fight.
Right.
We'll see how he
It's gonna be
rolls.
double ones.
Right.
So we literally see stuff falling down, and you're just almost mid fall. You just push stuff to the side. A big rock falls in front of you as you guys are trying to backtrack, and you just layer a shoulder down into it and kind of push it until you shove it off to the side. Maybe someone falls down in front of you and you just pick them up and keep them. You don't even know who it is. You just shove them forward. And all of you are able to scramble back into this little intersection. And as you look back to where you came, that whole tunnel seems to have collapsed. And the path, like now you have to like basically pick a different path down one of these intersections.
Oh no, Mila, thank you for helping us all through. That would have been so awful if we came all this way and lost one of our party.
Look around. Where's Slack?
Oh, he could probably crawl his way out. That man is just... He's probably eating his way through the stone right now. Just indomitably chewing stone. It might take him 10 years to reach us again, but he's fine. We should just keep moving.
So you pick like the last of the routes from this intersection that you haven't gone, and you find yourselves eventually led to this stair that's descending even further. And you guys have gone down multiple flights at this point. And eventually, like, it opens up into this cavernous chamber. And you can see there's light coming down that seems to be kind of floating down here and there from most likely a very bright moon that is out tonight. And you can see just somehow like this moonlight is streaking through these cracks in the ceilings. All around you, there are all these like mosaics that are decorating the walls, at least where the dirt's not kind of covering it. You can see like soil has been like placed around like the perimeter, like troughs of them around the chamber. And as you look, you notice like there's a garden in front of you. And again, those cracks in the ceiling, you're not sure if they're intentional or if they're just fate. But where the moonlight's coming through, likely during the day, sun could probably trickle down as well. In the center of this like big hall, there is like a low, fairly decorative wall, and then there's like a shallow pool, and then you can see this like single, almost like leafless oak that's emerging, like from the distant edge of that pool, and somehow that oak actually looks still alive. It doesn't look like it's withered away, although it is basically leafless. You can see the pool in this garden area seems to be being fed by some kind of stream that trickles underneath one of the walls. And as you like take a couple steps forward, all of you like hear a voice suddenly in your minds in some way. Like it's almost like you're talking to yourself. You hear your own voice in some ways, but it sounds different. And it just says, "This is a sacred place." And if you take a couple steps in further, and you hear like, "What do you bring?" And then you notice these two large, like identical stone statues of a hooded lady. And they're both covered in moss, and they seem to be facing each other on like each side of the stair that sort of like guards the path in that you all are about to step through. And each is basically like holding a palm like softly against like her stomach and facing the other. And then again, you hear that voice that sounds almost like you, but you know it's not. And it just says, "Why are you here?" As the group of you stand before these two statues that are flanking the path into this garden. What do each of you do?
Mila looks over at Spoonbill and Gwylt, knowing that they are magic-y.
Okay. Gonna do my best. This is probably why the Green Lady gave us the whole boon of distant memory. Gonna try and call on that. The green lady said we're seeds. We need to sprout for the greater good. There's a danger coming. We need to understand and respect your ways. We're small, you're big. You're great, we're meek. Please help us. Fucking just, come on.
So, do you say this like with earnestness?
Yeah,
because I know you're saying it. Okay, because I know you're being quippy and you're being.
That's his nature, but he is being earnest because
exactly. Yeah. Okay. So you do feel like there's, there's like a little apprehension that suddenly starts to waft throughout the cavern a bit, but it starts to fade as you continue to talk. Do you like step forward? Do you?
Sure. I don't know. I think I heard you say, what do you give? There's always something that needs to be given. These I'm trying to call on memories that she gave me. They're not really mine. So in fairness, if it's the memories she gave me that led me here, I'd give them to you because that's probably the most valuable thing I have. If that's what'll get this done.
So we just see Gwylt standing there and talking, and then concentrating on these memories. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, he'll just
And
kind of
then do you,
maybe put his.
Do you take a step forward?
himself- Yeah.
Oh, you prostrate yourself, or do you like step?
Yeah, prostrate
step
himself,
through
like maybe even reach out. If they've like tentatively reach out to touch a hand, it's like, I don't know how this goes. I'm just gonna open my brain up. I'm gonna think on it real hard. I don't know how you do what you do. Just please don't burn me alive.
Okay. And you're laying prostrate and you're not being burnt alive. So what do you do next, Gwylt?
Okay, I'm not dead, and that's great. Thank you. I imagine this tree, was a seed that sprouted, and I'm guessing this tree's like really important. Maybe you could help us understand its nature. Or if I'm completely wrong and I'm really stupid and there's some other part of this riddle I should be getting, please point me in the direction. We really want to help, and I'm trying my best to understand what it is you need, and I'm open to doing what you need.
So you guys are barely in the room. There are two statues that flank the path forward towards the garden. You right now are prostrate right in front of them, between the two paths. Remember Never Ending Story? Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just babbling now. And
Okay.
nothing bad has seemed to have befallen you in
Okay.
the process.
Dimity will pat Gwylt on the back. I think maybe it means it's okay to go forward.
Okay. Thank you so much. You've been great. If you have to kill somebody, kill me. Don't kill the goat. Okay? All right.
Okay. So
Do you
what
walk
do?
forward?
Yeah, okay, let's walk forward. And he will lean on. He'll lean on because, he actually recently purchased a tag with Biscuit, which is Stubborn Courage. Where he just he's not quite sure he can go on his own, but he just pets the goat a little bit and walks forward.
You take a step between these two statues, and the eyes underneath the cowl start to glow a bit. You can see that just this moonlit glow, like a glowing moon, and they shine this light on Gwylt that just seems to pierce into him. And Gwylt, you can kind of feel like someone is reading your intentions. And as you're taking a few steps,
Don't kill Biscuit.
you take a step forward and you realize you're through. And you look back, and it doesn't look like you have done anything to offend the lady. And Biscuit comes through as well. No issues.
Oh, my boy.
Dimity will rush up after seeing that. And she'll just like very hurriedly sort of like run through, basically like all of our adventures so far. And we saw this and we saw this and we saw this and we went here and they said we should come here and we're here because we think we can like help save everyone and we really, really need your help. Hey, please and thank you. And then she just like talks a mile a minute and then stops and takes a deep breath and like tiptoes forward.
You start tiptoeing forward, and once more those eyes start to glow, and you feel like someone is like in your brain with you and going through all of like the random stories and experiences that you've had, lingering perhaps a bit on your gossipy nature, but at the same time doesn't seem to be too put out by it, and seeing all the good that you do. You make it to the other side and you find yourself standing next to Gwylt.
And she was sort of holding Sasha's hand, so she tries to like pull Sasha through.
Sasha
with
gets
her.
Obliterated. Yeah, Sasha gets through just fine. You even hear like echoing, "Oh, you poor girl."
It's gonna really piss me off, Dimity. If Spoonbill doesn't even say shit and he just walks through.
He's just going to say it quietly because it's that like special stuff that he can do.
I
like,
want to watch him fucking grovel. I groveled. I want to see him grovel. I'm going to feel really stupid if I groveled and he didn't.
But it's for this. We're saving the world. We had nothing to feel stupid about.
Okay, I do give a shit about the world, but...
I know you do. Shh. They can like undo their welcome, so like... Shh. And now Dimity and Gwylt and Sasha all turn to Spoonbill.
Well, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go? Can't hear you.
He's too cool to talk.
Hello. I said, ladies first.
Okay. I'm gonna,
Wait a minute.
Gwylt is my drinking buddy, so I'm basically going to follow his lead and prostrate in front of them and kind of look up and kind of stammer, "Okay, thank you," and kind of walk through.
Okay, so you just go through. What thoughts are in your mind as you step through?
She is really hoping that she's not gonna get obliterated. I think that's the only thing on her mind.
Yeah,
I hope I did this right.
You find yourself actually coming into contact with some invisible force as you take a step forward, and the eyes come on, and you just think, "Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me!" This like piercing gaze from these statues, this scan of your mind and what you're thinking, that doesn't seem to be enough. Like just don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. You heard Gwylt talking about like trying to do these things and that. We're just trying to help. We're trying to help people. Same with Dimity, the adventures, and like you're just thinking of just your own self-preservation.
Yeah.
In this moment seems to give pause, and you kind of bounce off of this invisible field and find yourself not able to move through.
Okay. So I kind of back up and tell Spoonbill, like, I don't know why I can't go through. Doesn't hurt or anything. So
I would tell it why you're wanting to go through.
I just want to help where I can help. I don't know how I can help, but I want to help.
To the lights
tag
flicker on again as you're like standing there mumbling this to Gwylt on the other side.
And
Do you try to step through again?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just get obliterated. No, you step through, and this time. Sorry,
I'm trying to bring up a companion crew. Cuban.
Got her.
I'm so sorry. Thoughts and prayers.
Laser beams come out.
Yeah, I mean, you had a good run. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, I did.
If you're gonna go, you go out by laser beams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like as you step through and you're saying this again, you're saying this out loud, you're keeping in your mind the thoughts of just wanting to help. Like this humble thought of like, I don't know how I can help people, but I just want to help people. And that suddenly you take a step further than you did before. You feel the gaze cover you. You feel this presence in your mind. And before you know it, you find yourself standing next to Dimity and Gwylt on the other side.
That motherfucker better grovel.
So you guys look back and you see there's Spoonbill.
I'll walk up and I think he'd be a little bit more like meditative at first, and then kind of be like mumbling to himself. He would bow and then be thinking about like he'd spent all of his early years taking, like he was gambling, not really contributing anything. He was all about himself, but recently, like with this new like mission and his friends, and he's being redirected towards more positive things. He's seen all the horrible stuff, like the zombie things that were coming out, like the world's falling apart and people need to stop that. So he's just thoughts of like something's got to happen.
And so as you keep those thoughts in your head, maybe some of it you verbalize, you step through the lights in the eyes once more. You feel the presence just like the others. And you're swiftly through to the other side, where all of you stand, and Sasha is there, and Biscuits is there, and then you look over and there's Slag standing next to you, and he's like, I was wondering, we got separated. I've been waiting for you guys.
You went so fast.
Then you hear a voice as you hear like, by the lady, visitors. It's the first time we've had visitors since the tower fell down and down and down and down. And as you look around to find the voice, you can see that sneaking out from behind the oak, you see a very large squirrel. It's as big as like a kind of a relatively small dog, a few feet in height, and kind of scampers forward and like holds up this paw. It's like, we've apologies for the mess. We have not kept things as tidy as I might like, but still, welcome. I am Scalagory. I am keeper of this place, and she has been waiting for you. Yes.
Waiting for us? I'm Dimity.
Yes.
And Dimity will introduce everyone. Waiting for us?
Yes, seeds. Ready to sprout? Yes.
Hi. Well met, Scalagoria.
Well, hello. And he's like standing in front of Biscuits. I'm Scalagory. What's your name? It's a pleasure to meet you, meh. Yes.
That's
Wait, she's been waiting for us. We're the seeds.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, you all. Oh, goodness. So much to say. So much to tell. This place, you see, do you know what it is? Or what it was? Or what it might still be? With time?
no.
I don't think we know any of those things.
Oh, it was a school, you see.
Oh, we heard that.
Yes. And the lady, taught, those like yourselves, seeds, those with the power to see the unseen, to, to learn thaumaturgy. Yes. It was a terrible history, you see.
And you could see, like, Scaligore is, like, scampering over and, like, pointing to some of these, like, mosaics.
Like, this place used to be part of a kingdom, sort of, called Gwylt, yes. And Gwylt fell in the war of the thaumaturges. It was a terrible war between the ruler of Gwylt and the last great thaumaturge, yes, known as the Fell Fool. And then the Winter King, of course, was lord over all creatures of twilight. I presume you know what those are, yes?
No, but we've been told to be worried about the Winter King.
Yes, very worried indeed. Yes. Creatures of twilight were once children of twilight, but they fell from grace.
And he's, like, pointing as he does this to, like, these different mosaics along the way that are kind of illustrating some of what he's saying.
But they fell, you see, from grace for their part in the war. And they were fallen. And then the lady was one of the great thaumaturges of old. And in her wisdom, she saw the dark age that was coming. She saw what will happen because of the war, because of the fall of the kingdom, and she wanted to ensure that her homeland, your land, was protected, so that the war could not take it. And so she wove a miraculous enchantment, more marvelous than the world has ever seen. And it protects the Dales from the ills of old Gwylt and the wrath of the Winter King. And it was so strong, seeds like yourselves could sprout here, loving and kind hearts, and then looks at Gwylt, and yours as well, who could one day bring hope to the world. But to weave this enchantment, she had to give all of her power as well as her life. But she ascended to the stars, and she left her followers behind to teach the Dalish the mysteries of thaumaturgy. And they did. They taught your kind, and they taught my kind as well. Animals of the forests and of the mountains. They gave us language. They gave us knowledge and history. But over time, as all gardens left untended do, the ways have weakened. Now thaumaturgy isn't what it's known as. It's known as the old ways. But you're here now, and she will want to speak with you. She'll be here soon. Yes, at the high point of night at Starshine. Moments away, in fact, she will be here.
At that mention in the Starshine, clutching, because I've got that little pendant thing that is like Starlight necklace is what it's is down as, that I got from from the girl. And I'm kind of looking at that while this is happening. Do I see anything in it as she's talking about it? Or is this...
It's
is there any
glowing
sort of-
brighter, and as you like hold it underneath the light, that moon and starlight, the rays coming down between the seams, you just see it kind of begin to sort of pulse and glow with an energy that you've not seen before. It definitely seems to reacting. Like you get the sense that there is something magical. This very room, it's in and of itself seems to be heavily enchanted.
Scaligor, could I maybe ask you a favor?
Well, of course, for a seed, for one who is to save all that is worth saving, yes.
It's not really for me so much, but I like animals more than I like most people, and I'm just really excited to talk to you.
Yes.
And
yes.
I wonder if you have the spirit of the animal and you can talk. Can you talk with Biscuit? Can Biscuit learn?
Well,
Would you take Biscuit on? Like, we were talking to the lady. Could Biscuit spend some time with you?
I would be honored. I am not the teacher that the lady was, of course, but I can try. Yes, of course.
He's a good boy, and he deserves it. He's done nothing but his very best his whole life, and I would really appreciate anything you share with him, because I want him to have. He's given me everything, and I want him to have everything.
Well, that is a very sweet sentiment. I can see why you were chosen. You have a good heart, Gwylt. Even though you don't want others to know that. But Biscuit does.
And you see, like, sort of reaches up. And again, it's still very small. This squirrel's like just a small dog, but he reaches up.
But Biscuit knows. All animals know.
We don't need to talk about all that. That's... Words are, like, very unnecessary, just... Well, it would, except it would be cool if he could do words.
I could try. I am just the current of a series of generations of creatures that were given knowledge and language and uplifted from what we were before, but I would be happy to try. Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to put you out. I just... If there was any chance of...
Of course. It will take time.
Such a good boy. Okay.
Yes, I would need to come with you, though. It is not a lesson I could impart in short time. It would take study and a regiment and we would need to get to know each other, and I don't want to impose, though.
I mean, I can maybe put together some sort of boost or something, whatever, for where you could sleep, or...
I know what that word means. Yes, I would like that.
I would like that a lot, too.
I'm going on an adventure. Yes. It's been so very long. I've been here this whole time. I've been keeping this place, waiting for you. And now that you are here, that means that I can go, if the lady permits it, of course. I can go and see the rest of the world.
Of course, yeah. I don't want to get you in trouble with the lady. I'm sorry. I just...
Oh, no.
Great.
She will be here very soon.
I think we're really happy. Thank you.
Of course.
Are any of you doing anything in the moments before Starshine?
I would say Dimity is getting a closer look at all the murals that were around.
Sure. Yeah, you can kind of see imagery and iconography that you start to piece together. this is the Winter King, and this is the Fell Fool, and this is like old Gwendolyn, and these sort of battle sequences here and there. And you think back to that strange encounter you had in the Aldenweald with that man atop the mound. And as you kept trying to trudge through that strange place, these memories would keep coming back here and there. And some of that starts to weave together. And you get this fuller and fuller picture of this horrible history that predates the Dales. That the fall of Gwendolyn that basically led to this hundreds of years of sort of dark ages. But the Dale, like, sort of was cocooned within this protective barrier that the lady sacrificed herself for, to allow all of you to live a peaceful, rustic existence. And you're able to sort of stitch together this timeline, this story, this thread. And maybe you even start seeing some of the familiar faces that you stitched from that great chamber, and you start seeing them on some of the friezes and the mosaics as well. What about Mila or Spoonbill?
I think Mila is just very excited about our new potential party member, and leans into being drinking buddies with Gwylt and admiring Dimity and being like, yeah, I'm so excited you're coming. Dimity can sew you a bedroll and is basically making all these promises.
And like you could tell Scaligore is excited, but also kind of getting like,
Oh, yes, that sounds. Oh, good. Oh, yes, I would. What do I have to wear pants? I've never really.
You don't have to. She just makes really good ones.
Well, if I guess I wouldn't really know the difference between good and bad clothing, but I will trust your judgment. I would like a hat. Yes.
Or she can make a hat.
Oh, wonderful.
Sasha makes really
It's a
good
very
hats.
big hat, to keep the sunlight at bay.
And they're talking
I
hats.
feel like we've established that Dimity can sew really fast, so probably like while we're waiting, she may actually be able to like whip up a hat because it's just a large scroll-sized hat.
And oh my goodness, you work so very fast. You truly are gifted. That must be your powers must be germinating. Yes.
And Dimity will point out that if he if Scaligore looks at the inside of a hat, there's a little like threefold knot. That's a little symbol that I make for whenever I make something for a friend, and it helps us together.
Show me that tapestry you did.
I'm your friend? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Gwylt has invited you to travel with us, so of course.
You see like this big thick cheeks go up as you see the smile comes onto his face.
Yes. I very much like this. I do hope the lady lets me come with you. I would very much want a blessing.
And again, you see like the moonlight is continuing to just shift and move, and you can tell like time is ticking.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I can process all of this happiness. This is so cute.
I think Spoonbill's frantically trying to find a way to clean himself up because he's filthy too.
There is a pool.
In front of the
that's
lady.
right.
Yeah, there is a pool. Yeah.
Like, oh gosh, I don't want to look like this.
So you go over to the pool and you're cleaning yourself off, and you feel almost like a spotlight go over you, and you realize like again the moonlight has been shifting as time has ticked, and then as it moves away from you, Spoonbill, you can see the column that was once on you as you were cleaning yourself. It's like this bluish white light now centers on the oak that's at the center at the cave. And Scaligore, who is like trying the hat on and giving it and talking,
She's here.
and he looks over towards where the oak is and where the starlight, the moonlight, has shined down on it. And as your eyes all kind of turn to follow, and Spoonbill, as you're already kind of there and you look up, you can see a faint figure in the starlight now. And it's before like the shape really coalesces. All of you feel this overwhelming sense of familiarity. It's like a figure that you once knew. You see it as it starts to form, and you feel like this overwhelming sense of like love flush, like kind of wash through these fond feelings. But exactly like who that memory is tied to, who that familiar figure is from your past, is kind of escapes you. But you know this is a figure that you've felt the presence of before at some point in your past. And then after another beat, you can see the face of an ageless woman start to form. And you can see like the tresses are like kind of flowing out of this gentle hood, not unlike the statues that you passed through. And you can see like she has this travel cloak that actually looks slightly tattered and frayed, Spoonbill. So maybe cleaning yourself is not as necessary. And she looks down at you as you're there frantically cleaning, and there's this large smile, and maybe like a little tension starts to fade if any of you were still feeling it. And you hear her voice and her mouth moves. She's speaking and she says, "Oh, welcome, my dear Dalish folk. I am so pleased that you have come." She looks out at you all, and each of you she like takes in for a good long moment and smiles, and then moves to the next and smiles, and all of you again feel this overwhelming, like your chests begin to swell with this like sense of familiarity, friendship, love.
Dimity can't not talk when she like looks in Dimity's direction. So she's like, "Hi, it's very, very nice to be here. We're honored to be waited for and hope to be part of the solution. And it's nice to be here, and it's lovely to see you again." And sort of pauses with that sort of like familiarity being sort of confusing.
Well, if you look up into the sky at night, you can see me always. But I am pleased to hear that you are eager to help, because the situation is growing dire, and I have a very difficult charge to ask of you.
We've seen how bad it is, and that's why we're here, and we came all the way here to see what we could do. So you just let us know what we can do, and of course we'll do it.
And you can see like she smiles, but then the smile like flickers and like fades for a second, as you can tell like she's processing a little bit and she's looking around.
The hem is fraying, but this is meant to be. This is how it was designed. It was never meant to last forever. Or to deny you Dalish folk access to the greater world would be a criminal thing. It was only put in place to give you all time and protection from the war at hand. Time to grow out of your shells, your small rustic lives, and to bring into a broken world the very essence that your goodness here within the Dales helped to form and foster. I know that you have seen the miasma in the swamps, and I know that you have heard and learned of the Winter King, my dear steward Scalagori, I am sure, has filled in whatever gaps you might have had. I say this because the Wanderlands are broken. There is nothing my hem can do to fix them. I am no more. I am the sky. It is you. You who must venture beyond the dales themselves to try to right what is wrong, to try to find that which needs to be found to prevent the Winter King from rolling over our beloved land. But it will be a perilous journey, and you will travel far away from those that you love, from your homes. But it must be done. How are you all reacting to this? Like, none of you have ever been out of the Dales. Like, this is not a thing. Like, you guys have not been out of the Dales. All of you are young, country folk. Not yet necessarily young, but you're country folk. You've going to a different Dale is in and of itself a journey or an adventure. She's asking you to travel far abroad on some great quest.
Have we heard of anyone that travels that? Like, have we met anyone ever that's gone that far? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
that
there's stories.
we'll ever do?
There are definitely stories of people on the fringe, on the edges of the Dale. It's not like there's like a dome per se, like around. It's just like the protective hem is like protecting like foulness and corruption from seeping in. So it's not like it's physically preventing people from coming and going. But yeah, Dale's folk don't normally travel. But there are outsiders that sometimes come to the edges here and there.
So it means that everyone we know and everyone's stories we've grown up with and stories we've told and stories yet to come, we would not be here for those.
That is true. But you would have your own stories. Stories of a grand and distant adventure. And there's no saying you cannot return one day to share those stories with those that you had left behind.
They won't know me anymore. They might not remember me.
There's always the risk that people will forget. As you know, many have forgotten the reasons for the old ways. But many still remember. As long as there are some that remember you, it will still be home.
And
Or reason
Dimity's
to make it
very pensive.
Unforgettable story.
Yes.
And like, if you could see inside Dimity's mind, she's like thinking about all of the like sewing circles and quilting circles and sort of that like day-to-day life being so connected to neighbors and friends, and that she kind of grows quiet and she's thinking about that.
I mean, it's not so unreasonable. We just make peace with the fact that home is where we lay our head at night, and we maybe don't have all our loved ones. We've got each other. That's great. I'm just gonna be the selfish person that I am and just put it out there. There's a lot we don't know, and Scalagori seems to have knowledge of a time from before us. And would it be too untoward to ask your permission to allow him to steward us during this journey, given our limited understanding of that which is beyond the realm we have seen?
Kind of look over to Scalagori, and he's got his hat that Dimity hastily crafted kind of in his hand and his chest, and he's kind of looking down sheepishly, but also his eyes are like peeking up towards the lady at the same time. And a big smile comes on her face.
Of course, Scalagori, You have been a loyal steward all these years, and you have carried on the traditions of those that came before you. Just like there will be others here who will carry on the traditions that you have put in place. Yes, I think that would be a fine thing to do.
And you can see, like,
Thank you, lady. Thank you.
Little mini high five.
and he looks up, and like he's you could tell he's very happy.
Scalagori, fetch my opal. Fetch my ring. They will need it. Yes, my lady.
And you see, like, he like races off to the other side, and you see him like scrambling to get some things. And is like, do Mila and Spoonbill have any reaction to all of this so far?
Mila is actually young and quite excited, actually. Like, she was excited before about all the new adventure, but now that she knows Caligari is coming, she's even more. Really, the weakness of needing constant company is really coming to bear. Like, she loves what Gwylt just said about, like, homes wherever we are together.
About Spoonbill, anything?
Spoonbill's never had much of a permanent place that he's been anyways. He's been well-traveled, and he's been through pretty much all the parts. And he's probably thinking there's not as many red marshals that know him outside the Dales. And
That's fair.
to it.
Yeah.
So he's not opposed at all to leaving. Like, there's the familiarity that, he's built up all his years of, like, I've got all this knowledge of the trails and people and paths and stuff. He's going to be abandoning that comfort and knowledge because he won't be able to take that with him. But it's exciting to make new.
So you guys, as you like, these thoughts go through your head, and some of it you might verbalize to each other. You see Scalagori like races back, and he's got this like little satchel that he opens up, and the lady says,
The opal is my memory stone.
and as Scalagori like pulls out this opal, it looks very familiar to all of you, as you've seen something like this before, far back in the very beginning of our campaign, when you dove down into a thick, sickly pool and retrieved a chest, and you gave over an opal much like this to someone by the name of Sorrowbomb.
Oh, yeah.
And she says,
This was my memory stone. It contains much of my thaumaturgical knowledge, several arts, as well as memories of the past, of events before Gwylt and before the war, which can help you advance your talents and help you better understand, well, the world and myself. And the ring was given to me by a very, very dear friend, a great thaumaturge, Heath Ravenfriend. He is not in the skies with me, which means he is somewhere out there. And should you meet him, show him this ring, so that he will know that you are in my service and what help he might be able to offer. I must ask you to go far away to a strange land, nothing like you are familiar with here in the Dales. I must ask you to go to the kingdom of Rust, and there there you must recover the Winter King's heart. It's the only thing that could stop him. My memory stone and what you find. And perhaps Ravenfriend could tell you more about what you must do with it. I am sorry, my young seedlings. This is a difficult task, even for a seasoned thaumaturge. But time is of the essence. Do you accept this charge?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I've ever felt happier.
You can see like a big smile comes on her face, but it's also kind of a sad smile.
Then kneel.
Do all of you do this?
Immediately.
And you
Yes,
see
Divinity
as
sort of tugs
press
Sasha to
Biscuit
make
down
sure
a
that
little
she
bit
knows.
too.
Biscuit somehow like folds down in his front forelegs. And you see as like that shining blue column of light splinters and kind of moves out, and a little bit of it shines down on each of you. And as it does so, she says,
Then I welcome you into my service. Go with my grace. And know that you are what you sacrifice by leaving. You are also protecting.
and as you look up, you can see on that otherwise like barren oak tree, you start to see acorns begin to sprout in this like rapid succession, numbering all of you. And then you can see the light is beginning to fade.
Now, my seedlings, I must go. But I will never be too far away. Should you ever need my wisdom or my guidance, you have my stone. And I will be looking down upon you. And I hope at night you will be looking up at me from time to time.
Thank you for entrusting us with this.
No, thank you, my dear.
And you see like she starts to fade at that point. And right as she's almost gone, she just says,
Farewell.
and then that blue column of light is gone. The oak tree is still there. Streaks of starlight come down, but not that special magical quality. And you all are left in the room feeling the weight of a charge, but also you are the first people that you have ever heard of to have been able to say you have met the Lady of the Dales, the patron of every Dalish folk, and you have been given a task. We'll say you were able to, with Scaligori's help, very easily navigate your way back out, up to the surface, find a place to camp, and there under like this bright sky, a beautiful moon, stars bright, not a cloud to bother you, campfire crickling and cool winds blowing from the north, you're able to get a good sleep. And when the morning comes and the sun comes up, we see your fellowship pack up your camp, now grown by one Scaligori, perhaps riding atop of Biscuit, and you all begin to venture away to the edge of the Dales and beyond. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to call it there.
Oh,
Yay.
So happy.
oh my god.
So good.
Okay.
So
There you go, guys.
good.
My heart.
I know.
Oh,
You guys got a little talking squirrel to hang out with you now. So
We
so happy
did.
with that.
So
when
cute.
when Son of Oak put that Kingdom of Rust book out in that chapter 2, maybe we'll revisit this and see what that adventure is all about.
That would be pretty awesome. I would
Yeah, it'd be pretty
love
cool
to come back to this.
That would be very,
especially with
very
Scaligor,
cool.
you know.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like the idea of like the talking squirrel, like just yes.
Yeah.
Please.
I loved it. It was great. It's actually, I mean, it's in the book too. Like it's so great. It's so fun. But yeah, like there's like that's something that they did. The thaumaturges like actually taught like critters and like there was basically uplift that was going on, which was
Oh my
fascinating.
god. I can't imagine anything better than teaching Biscuit to talk. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, there we go. And that is our version of it. Again, if you've got these books, there are other adventures that we skipped over. So we ran a couple. We ran a few, with 3, I think, in total. But there's a total of 7 adventures where you can explore different dales. You can get other aspects of this area, meet other NPCs, little bits and pieces. So it's definitely something that you can explore in greater depth if you wanted to. And it's definitely worth it. There's lots of cool little adventures and tons of villages and hamlets and people to encounter. But that's our version of it. And again, we can call this like season 1 because I'm sure Son of Oak is going to put that other book out, and we'll come back to this in time. That'd be great.
I love
All right.
that. I love
So
that.
much fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right, so let's do some close and plugs and we'll get on out of here. I'm going to throw it to my tray. My tray, where can everyone find you on the internet aside from here?
My 3 plays games on YouTube where I make system agnostic and multi-system tabletop content.
Fantastic. And Joe, where else do you stream other than here?
DOK, Defenders of Kobold on Twitch. Let's see, what are we doing? I don't know anything other than our Friday game right now. We're doing Forbidden Lands. But we might be picking up a different... There's talks about a Bloodborne-esque game that we might be picking up from creator of...
Fragged, right?
Creator Fragged.
Okay, yeah.
I'm terrible and I don't know the friggin' name of it.
Fragged Eternal. We just did our sesh last night. I got to edit it and I'll put it out later this week.
I sincerely think you'll have fun with it. It's a cool setting.
Yeah, you'll
It is very cool.
Sweet.
Very cool.
I'm excited
and yeah,
about it.
Jeremy also streams over there in addition to streaming here. And then as for me, what do I got going on? You can check out We're in Danger, game I've been working on for a bit. If you're interested, it's a little one-shot game of horror and disaster. If you're curious, in terms of streaming, next thing we got up on the docket is Thursday, where we're playing through some Coriolis, the Great Dark. We're playing through the Flowers of Algorab campaign. On Saturdays, we're playing through the One Ring. Doing a little bit of Moria, a little bit of Sauron, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Right now, we're not doing either of those things because we've been in Mirkwood because we took a wrong turn on the way to Moria, and that's what we've been doing. And then next Monday we'll figure out what we're going to do next. But we'll take a little break from Legendinthemist. But I love this game, so we'll be back to it at some point in the future. And whether it's this or whether it's season 2 of Songs of Autumn, Songs of Winter, I don't know. We'll see.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right. But that's it for us. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.